You spoke, we listened. You wanted the easiest car buying experience ever. At Gatorland Toyota, we give you the easiest car buying experience ever. With Express Shopping, you can shop and buy your vehicle entirely from home. We'll even deliver your car to you. Want a customized Toyota? With our pre-order program, you can get the exact Toyota you want. And if you have a vehicle you'd like to trade or sell, we'll buy it whether you buy from us or not. Come experience how Gatto's got it at Gatorland Toyota today. Visit GatorlandToyota.com for the easiest car buying experience ever.
Hi, this is Dr. Art Mowry of Exceptional Dentistry. Listen to what our clients have to say about their experience at Exceptional Dentistry.
Probably one of the most important things I've done in my life. Oh, it's life-changing. It affects your every day of your everything in one day. Your self-esteem, your energy, your health, your ambition. You want to socialize more because now you can smile. Before you can't smile because you've got no teeth. You're not going to smile, right? You can't put marshmallows in there, little marshmallows for teeth. So, yeah, it just affects everything in your life. I didn't realize it until I got my implants, how life-changing that really was.
This is Dr. Kim Mowry, and if you think you have dental problems that are too big to overcome, we're here for you. Please visit us at exceptionaldentistry.com. That's exceptionaldentistry.com.
Hi, I'm the one they call James Bates, but my real name is Batesy. When I was your age, we never worried about being lit or glowing up or steez or anything like that. Only thing we ever cared about was being freaking radical. I mean, high-key rad AF. And TBH, that's what I look for when I need t-shirts, pens, cups, and koozies, and the like. I go to radwaredesigns.com. If you're not using Radware Designs for your t-shirts, pens, cups, and koozies, then your stuff is probably sus, like basic, and that's no cap. All lowercase. Radwaredesigns.com.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party. No, you see, you get $150 in bonus bets after your first $5 bet hits.
Did somebody say hit?
Whoa, Ray Lewis? We were just saying if your bet hits.
Huh? You know I love a good form tackle.
We know, Ray. We know.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New players bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and up and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Electronics World has moved to serve you even better. Hi, this is Tom Collette. At Electronics World, we will continue to give you big box prices with local personal service. In a new spot, 3499 Northwest 97th Boulevard in Gainesville. At EW, you'll find Sony, Yamaha, Marantz, Bowers & Wilkins, Martin Logan, and more. Also visit us online, electronicsworld.net. That's electronicsworld.net.
International Diamond Center's values are so compelling, it's not unusual to see people here that are not local.
Every day, we have people that drive an hour and a half, even 2 hours.
IDC owner Keith LeClaire.
People are willing to drive because they've heard it's not a typical jewelry store.
For example, did you know IDC has one of the largest selections of luxury pre-owned Rolexes in America? Thousands of hard-to-find Rolex watches, Submariners, Daytonas, Pepsis, Batmans, all in perfect condition.
We scour the world to find only the most pristine, super clean watches. We only carry the creme de la creme.
And like everything else at IDC, these watches are at a price that's guaranteed to give you maximum value.
We price them to win the customer, not lose a customer.
International Diamond Center for pre-owned Rolexes, exquisite rare diamonds, premium designer jewelry, and exceptional white glove service.
You're going to want to come to IDC. It's worth the drive.
International Diamond Center in Celebration Point and online at shopidc.com.
From the Spurrier's Gridiron Grill Studio, WRUF Gainesville, W251CG Gainesville, WRUF FM HD2, and on the WRUF radio app.
This is Coach Steve Spurrier inviting you to join me, Shane Matthews, and Steve Russell every Tuesday at noon this football season for Inside the Huddle, presented by Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, Titan MRI and Imaging, and Silverback Concrete. Inside the Huddle with me, Steve Spurrier, Tuesdays at noon right here on WRUF 98.1 FM at 8:50 a.m. and anywhere in the world on the WRUF mobile app.
This program is paid for by Weeby Marketing. It's time for the Ryan Theis Show.
A service ace, and the Gators win it in 4.
No stranger to being a head coach, Theis has 14 NCAA tournament appearances on his resume, including 3 trips to the national semifinals.
Parks sets the middle. August got it down for the kill.
Now, the former UF assistant returns to Gainesville for his first year as head coach of the Florida Gators.
What a comeback for the Gators.
The Ryan Theis Show on WRUF is presented by International Diamond Center and the Gator Attack Club, and brought to you in part by Meldon Law, Alma Mater, Ruse Ogra State Farm, Quality Plumbing, UF Bookstore, Doreen Wiebe, Miapa Latin Cafe, Titan MRI, Campus USA Credit Union, Fairlife Milk, and the head beer coach.
Alongside Ryan Theis, here's the voice of Gator Volleyball, Tom Collette.
Introduction that was. I'm piped. I'm psyched up. I'm ready to go. I'm hyped. What an introduction to our first show here with the new ball coach for Florida Volleyball and Ryan Theis. Tom Collette here, along for the ride with Ryan this evening. Good to have you in the studio tonight here. And pretty good start to the season at 5-2. Not bad.
Yeah, excited to be here. It's listen, this team is extremely hardworking and fun to be around. So it's no surprise that they're having some success.
5-2, already 2 ranked wins on the season against Pitt in the opening weekend, and then just on Sunday against Baylor. So you've got to be happy what you've done so far in clutch performance times that you needed down the stretch to win.
Absolutely. 2-0 in 5-set victories. You're playing your non-conference schedule. A lot of times you're like, hey, we need a couple of things to happen for us to know we can be successful. And one of them is just, the come from behind win, right? And so we're playing Pitt, and we're out in Nebraska, and we're down 24-23 in the 4th with the best server in the country blazing a ball at us, and we side out, win that set, win the 5th. And, that's the character that you need to do it. We're 2-0 in 5 setters, and then, an epic comeback, which is what we had at South Florida in the 4th set. Players coming in off the bench and performing extremely well and getting us that win. And so we're checking off those boxes to make sure we can have a successful SEC season.
You look at this roster, Ryan, top to bottom, you return only 33% of the offense from last year. Some major losses to graduation and to transfer. But you come in and you found a youthful group with not a lot of experience, even the ones that have been 3 years in collegiate volleyball. I'm talking about Jordan Bird, of course, because she started at Texas. Yes, as well. And Kira Hudson, who had a terrific match, her first match as a Gator down in Tampa, lit the world on fire, and then she's out 3 matches later. So it's good to see her back on the court as well.
Yeah, I think you saw that a little bit at North Carolina. A heavy road trip, multiple days on the road. We as a staff knew that they were really good and could perform extremely well at home. I think they had been at home 10 days, and we had been on the road for 4 straight. And I don't think we came in engaged and ready to win that match. And hats off again to North Carolina for a good performance. But, their age shows up a little bit from time to time, whether it's practice from day to day or, that North Carolina match. But these guys are here to compete, and they're here to have fun, and I like being around them.
What is the glue that holds this team together? It's a young group, but you've got a player in Stuckey who's already graduated, basically, got her degree, and she's a redshirt junior. She's been through a lot of these battles. Of course, with a knee injury, missed a lot of matches, and last year wasn't quite 100%, but she really looks like she's back to form almost where she was in 2022 as the SEC Freshman of the Year.
Yeah, I would say Alexis Stuckey, Taylor Parks, Emily Cannon, they lead our Gator Way initiative, which is the way we want to represent ourselves. And those 3 have a really good handle on day-to-day and team communication and how we respond to one another. Those 3 are pretty good at that. And they help us along the way with, hey, we could use some help here. Hey, we could be better at this. So, you ask me what I see, and I know those 3 are helping us be successful.
If you'd like to be part of the Ryan Theis Show tonight, we invite you to do so via the Meldon Law fan phone line. Meldon Law is the official accident law firm partner of the Florida Gators. Meldon Law, we won't back down. The number is 352-392-8255 as we are just getting underway here in our first segment of the Ryan Theis Show. It's debut show here on the station. And again, we invite you to join us. What have been some big surprises as you look across the collegiate volleyball landscape to you so far in this early season?
Big surprises out there. You know, in doing this as long as I have, there aren't a lot. Mm-hmm. You know, I think what's become clear is just the separation of major players, major schools versus, the mid-major level. And just, how that has evolved over time. And I don't think that's surprising, but I think it's pretty consistent in most sports. I think one of the outliers out there is men's basketball, where you can have, I'm just making this up, but a Murray State with all juniors and seniors out there beat a one-and-done school. We don't have one-and-dones in volleyball. So those schools that, fund and want to be successful and put efforts into volleyball are overtaking the sport for sure.
And in the SEC, finally, there's a volleyball team in Nashville.
Yeah, Vanderbilt's doing great. And Anders, their coach, is an amazing person. He'll do a great job there. It's just going to make the SEC better.
We have some great sponsors who help make this show possible as we bring it to you tonight. Tonight we're in the studios on the campus of the University of Florida here at WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, powered by ESPN. The first is, Ryan, the hitter of the week, and it's brought to us by Titan MRI and Imaging. Titan MRI and Imaging has same-day scheduling available and easy self-pay. Now with 2 locations in Gainesville, 1 in Lake City. Start feeling better today. TitanMRI.com. It's your choice. Who is your hitter of the week on this Florida team?
It's probably a tough call between Jayla and Jordan. I think if you string the 2 matches together, Jayla maybe had the better 2. So we'll go with Jayla on that one.
Although you said it's a tough one to look at when you have to pick one. Jordan Bird on Sunday had her second 20-kill match of the season, and that's coming off a tough match at North Carolina. She hits .459. That's a pretty high number for an outside hitter.
Yeah, Jordan's not going to be happy that I picked Jayla. Let's be clear about that. I don't know if they listen to this or not. It's the first one, but it's tough. But those 2 had a huge impact in us being able to get a win this week in a 5-game screamer.
And Jayla, in the middle, is a force both offensively and defensively. Last year's SEC Freshman of the Year in the league. She hit .688, only had 2 errors and 16 swings, and she had 4 blocks, so she really made her presence felt. We talked about it before the match when we had the interview with you leading up to the match on Sunday, that you thought the Battle of the Middles might be an important one. They had a lot of veteran experience, including a former Gator who knew these players very well, but Jayla and Alec, both sophomores only in their second season, acquitted themselves very well.
Yeah, those 2, again, I can't begin to explain. I mean, if you watch us play that first weekend at the AVCA Showcase, and if you want to tell young middles what they should act like and how hard they should play, those 2 matches would be the example of kids working their butt off.
How high is their ceiling just in their second year?
I think very few teams have 2 All-American middles, and I think those 2 could both do it.
Okay, our next sponsor is Fairlife Milk, and they bring us the Save the Week. Discover protein shakes by Fairlife Milk. Explore their 26-gram and 42-gram high-protein drinks, perfect for workout recovery and nutrition. Who is the Save of the Week?
Had to dig deep for that one. I mean, so many big plays. There was a play where Ella Vogel, she's so good in middle back that, there was a play she was outside body line, 1 arm, and I think she had 2 or 3 digs in 1 volley. And it ends with an outside hitter kill by us, and the place erupts. And it was, I don't know if it was the save of the week so much as just, the momentum and the play swing of multiple digs in a volley. But I'll give that one to Ella Vogel.
A wealth of riches you have in back row defense. You mentioned Ella, who led the team with 17 digs on Sunday in the match against Baylor. You've also got Lily Hayes, a freshman who stepped right in to the libero role, first freshman since Elise Cusack. That's pretty heady company, the all-time dig leader at Florida. And she's had a superb first 7 matches. Then you have Emily Canan. You have all these players that Bella Lee that can get off the bench, play in the back row, but also give you some quality time when they're serving.
It's our deepest position for sure. And all 4 have made impacts in matches already, 7 matches in. When those guys are playing well, we are really tough to score against. And we could incorporate more 6 rotation pins, and that may become a thing in the future for some back row attacking. But the way those guys defend, it's just really tough to take them off the floor.
And not to tip your hand, who of those outside hitters are capable of of course, the pipe set in the middle or the quicker set at the lower level?
Yeah, I mean,
Kira from the back row.
Kira keeps improving with shoulder strength, and we hope that comes. Jordan Bird has the ability to score back there for sure, and so those 2 are in play. Kira already does. Anaya is a step away from maybe getting a little bit more back row time. And then Lauren Harden is continuing to improve. And in fact, I talk to her weekly about her improvement and impact she's making.
I'm getting the sign from our producer, Freddie Wiebe, that it's time for our first break. Hard to believe we're there already, but we will take a timeout here. More of the Ryan Theis Show after this brief timeout.
Your home for Tampa Bay Buccaneers football, WRUF.
The most important thing I learned from my father was work ethic and integrity. Never veer away from integrity, even if it costs you money.
International Diamond Center owner Keith LeClaire.
The core value for IDC is to protect the customer.
That means offering the largest selection, uncompromising quality, the strongest warranties, and honest guidance from experts who are not paid on commission. International Diamond Center at Celebration Point. Online, shopidc.com.
90 years ago, 9 University of Florida faculty members started something big, Campus USA Credit Union, the first credit union on a U.S. college campus. Today, Campus USA is 160,000 members strong, proudly serving the community with auto loans, business loans, mortgages, and more. Whether you're just starting out or building your future, Campus is here to help you every step of the way. Stop by any campus location or join the team at campuscu.com. Campus USA Credit Union, celebrating 90 years of better banking.
You might know that State Farm agent Ruz Agra has great service. He's your good neighbor after all, but did you know that State Farm has surprisingly good rates too? Yep, that's right. Along with good neighbor service, State Farm agent Ruz Agra has surprisingly great rates for everyone in Gainesville and North Central Florida. So call State Farm agent Ruz Agra at 352-240-1779 for your surprisingly great rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
For over 2 decades, Miapa has been a staple in Alachua County. Start your day right at Miapa, where fast and affordable authentic cuisine awaits.
We're known for serving the best Cuban coffee.
Our secret is in every sip and every bite, bringing the flavor of our culture straight to your palate. Everyone is welcome at Miapa Latin Cafe. Visit us at one of our locations and let us take you on a journey full of flavor. Miapa Latin Cafe, where every bite is a taste of tradition.
After you work out, you can feel worn out. Reach for core power and rise to a whole new level of recovery. Protein to build muscle. Electrolytes to help hydrate. The nutrition you need to power on. Champion your recovery with Core Power.
When the unexpected happens, you need a legal team that's ready to fight for you, just like the Florida Gators. At Meldon Law, we're proud to partner with the Florida Gators to deliver winning results for those who have been injured at no fault of their own. With a strong record of success and a team that won't back down, Meldon Law is your trusted partner in tough times. Call Meldon Law at 352-373-8000 or visit us at meldonlaw.com.
The Ryan Theis Show continues here on WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and anywhere in the world on the WRUF mobile app.
Don't settle for a knockoff diamond when you can get the best diamonds at the best price. International Diamond Center in Celebration Point for quality, selection, and value. International Diamond Center, the official jeweler of the Florida Gators. Alongside Ryan Theis, Tom Collette here tonight in the studios. We hope to be on location maybe in a few weeks' time, but for now, you've got to listen to us right here. And Ryan, we have YouTube Live. WRUF is the home of the Gators on YouTube. Ryan, will UNC come back to Gainesville next year for the SEC ACC Challenge? Would love to get another crack at that team. Good luck this season. And that comes from Gators AM. That is his handle or her handle. What is the future of the SEC ACC Challenge, if you have that in your back pocket?
Well, we have one more year for sure. And whether we are a host school or at a neutral site is to be determined. It's realistic. We are playing third weekend in Tampa with Florida State as the hosts against two ACC teams. It's realistic. We're back at our place against North Carolina or Georgia Tech. That is not determined at this point, but we will either host or be neutral next year.
And I have had that question from folks when they got the schedule initially saying, we don't have Florida State this year? I mean, how did that come about, that not having them on the schedule? It's always been an annual home and home, back and forth.
Yeah, I think that has to do with the coaching transition. You know, Chris and I worked together for a few weeks, if not months, to try and find a date that worked for both of us. And based on what we had committed to and what they had committed to and working through that. And so that will be back sooner rather than later. It's just this year we just couldn't find a date that was logical.
Also with scheduling, we've had fans approach me and ask me, we don't have those weekend tournaments, whether they be here or you go to another site where you have 3 teams come in, you play 2 to 3 days, those back-to-back-to-back-to-back matches. You've elected to have the single Friday, Sundays, and more Tuesdays than Gator fans have been accustomed to in the past.
Well, elected is a relative term. You know, what you inherit in mid-February when you show up on campus versus what's scheduled is different. Also, you know, what the SEC, ACC, Big Ten conferences want to do with challenges, those things are being pulled away from us a little bit. And so I would say the freedom to schedule 4 weekends leading into a conference season has changed based on TV and money.
Okay. TV determines a lot. Let's get into our next sponsor and the award of the week. It's by Campus USA Credit Union, our sponsor, and it's the Offensive Player of the Week, brought to you by Campus USA Credit Union. Put some star power to work in your financial life with Campus USA Credit Union. And who is the Offensive Player of the Week? We did the Hit of the Week, but I guess overall offense.
Well, if I gave hitter to Jayla, I probably got to give offense to Jordan. Just in sheer volume of what she produced. I mean, setters are always in play with that award as well, but we'll give this one to Jordan this week.
Jordan, a 2-time Gatorade Florida Volleyball Player of the Year, redshirted her first year away from Gainesville at Austin in Texas. Didn't play at all last year. Of course, a talent-loaded Texas team. What has she shown to you now, getting her first collegiate action 3 years in?
And just the ability to score points. I mean, it's. I don't know that people realize, general fans, Gator fans, the public, the TV viewer, how hard it is to score a point against top 25 competition. I mean, it's tough, and Jordan possesses that ability.
And she's so physical. I commented to someone, her shoulders are broader than mine.
Yeah, I was shocked. D. McMillan, our freshman, actually has the longest wingspan at 6'9" of any player on our team.
Longer than Jayla?
Yeah.
Wow.
Height-wise, that makes sense.
Okay.
Jordan, I thought, would have taken the cake, but D beat her a little bit. But Jordan is just an impressive human being.
If you'd like to join us on the show tonight, again, it's the Meldon Law fan phone line. Meldon Law is the official accident law firm partner of the Florida Gators. Meldon Law, we won't back down. And that number again is 352-392-8255. Next up, we have the Defensive Player of the Week, brought to us by Ruz Ogra, State Farm Agent. State Farm Agent Ruz Ogra is the go-to agent in Gainesville and all of North Central Florida for the service you deserve at the price
you want. Defensive player of the week. We can go to a front row player who had a lot of blocking success, or in the back row, I was impressed with Vogel's 17 digs on Sunday. Wow.
Yeah, I think that, a lot of times if a middle blocker stands out and racks up a bunch, you can go that way. Ella, absolutely dig of the day or save of the day, as we attributed later. Overall defensive effort, I'll go with Lily on that one. Lily Hayes, our freshman, is just continuing to progress defensively, seeing more and more. But that's a tough call. There's several players could have got that one.
You mentioned that Vogel played a lot in back middle. In terms of the back row defense, for fans who are looking at how you set up your defense against what you're seeing on the other side of the net offensively, of course, Sunday it was Baylor. Who is in baseball, the center fielder is basically takes all that they can take. What is it in volleyball? In the back row of the three.
Yeah, it's a lot of times it depends on opponent. If a team has a strong tendency to hit the seam, right? You might want your best defender in middle back. If they're going to take what the block gives them, you might try to channel them towards your libero in left back. There's teams that attack the one zone exclusively and are trying to get your setter. So, to say that there's an anchor in that where all the balls go. I mean, you watch international teams play, and a lot of the professional teams will put their libero in middle back just because it's the most range. Then the challenge becomes back row attacking. But again, you see internationally and professionally a lot of back row attacking out of right back. You don't see that as much collegiately. You see more liberos in left back. So there's just different ways to play based on styles. Right now we are the way we are based on our personnel. But if we have, for example, had a dominant right side that hits out of the back row out of right back, we might go libero middle back, and some teams do that.
Okay, fair enough. You saw a lot of right side attacks from the exhibition match when the Czech team came into town, as well as I thought Sunday they wanted to establish the right side. So that makes your outside hitters very important in the blocking scheme.
Yeah, with Ohio State and North Carolina, there was a definite theme to try and stop left sides, and in Baylor, it became stop right sides. And I thought we did a really good job against one right side, the lefty, but maybe not as much the other. But our middles stayed neutral so that they could try and get to rights. Against Ohio State, North Carolina, it was more pushed towards the left side so you could get out and do that. So you're picking and choosing your battles.
And as we visit with you here in your return back to Gainesville after being here earlier in the century, that sounds odd to say, but earlier in the 2000s.
So we're getting older, Tom.
Yes, we are. On the offensive side, who on your staff runs the offense? And on the assistant coaches?
Abby Gilliland, our assistant coach, does a lot of the offense, trains setters, evaluates our passing, calls our passing seams. During match play, brings them in for their video. The split courts of attacking to score points is run by Abby. And so she's great at it, and we give her a lot of responsibilities in that way.
And then who coordinates your defense on the staff?
Ryan Wathall.
I heard you called him Walt.
We call him Walt. We can only have one Ryan, and I was here first. So
that's true.
Yeah, so I'm Ryan, and he's Walt. And that actually, he worked for me at Ohio University where Abby played.
Oh, okay.
So Walt's been with me twice at 3 different schools. Abby played for both of us and is now with us. So I think the 3 of us have a really good understanding of what the other one's doing.
And you kept one assistant from the previous administration, so to speak.
Yeah.
And what's her role?
Aisha Amber, our recruiting coordinator. She is an incredibly hard worker. There are many times she is first or second in the office and last one out. I usually say if it's after working hours, I prefer to email you versus text you. But Aisha's, hey, I don't go to bed till midnight anyway, so text me no matter what. So I don't know how many hours she sleeps a day. It's not a lot. But she is an incredibly hard worker and a great person.
How does your coaching staff work as a team in match preparation? Who breaks down the majority of the video? Who prepares the scouting report for the players?
So Walt handles our defense, and which is the majority of the video shown. So we do about 3 different segments. We do their player attacking, which We try and keep any video segment under 20 minutes. We just think for attention spans, that's the way to go. A second one on rotations, and then a third one on perhaps a combination of the two. And then there's a positional break-off where Abby will take setters and passers in and show them a little bit of offensive things.
And then last question, this segment for you, Ryan, before we hit our next break, is on the players who might not be in that starting six, and you're trying to mimic an opponent, who have been the key players that are, I guess, quote, bench players, but come in when needed, that might be very key in mimicking a player on the other team when you're doing the scout?
Well, let's give credit to our male practice players, who are Florida volleyball men's club team guys. Just because we've only had two quote-unquote bench healthy hitters since we started. We had 2 injuries the week before we started, 2 days before we even coached a practice. So those guys have been incredibly instrumental. And we're about to get Amaya Thomas back, which is great. So that'll help us.
I saw her before the match. She says, I'm almost there.
Yeah, she's almost there. And so her coming back for practice will give us a 3 middle rotation that'll allow us to do some scouting things. Lauren Harden's doing just a phenomenal job in general.
She always has a smile on her face. I've noticed that.
She is an incredible human. I mean, if you ever get a chance to speak to Lauren Harden and get to know her, you will be impressed immediately.
With that said, let's get to our next break here on the show. You're listening to The Ryan Theis Show. Back after this brief timeout.
What's stronger?
A Gator Chomp?
Or our coverage of Gator Nation?
Stay on top of the Florida Gators all season.
WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2. Keeping you connected to Gator Nation. ESPN Gainesville is WRUF.
We all expect quality in our service providers. The word itself means the degree of excellence of something. Now throw in the word plumbing after that, and it would mean the excellence of plumbing. And that's exactly what our community has been getting for 4 decades from the fine folks at Quality Plumbing. Now you can always spend time and money trying to fix things yourself, or you can call the professionals at Quality Plumbing and get it done right the first time. Quality Plumbing since 1984. Their name says it all. License number CFC 043073.
Gear up to root on the Gators at the University of Florida bookstore at the Rights Union. The UF bookstore will be open from 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. for all the orange and blue gear you need. There's a large selection of clearance items throughout the clothing department, with many items up to 50% off original price. This is a great time to expand your Gator wardrobe and save some money too. So as you look to root on the Gators, debut some new orange and blue gear at the UF bookstore, open noon to 5 on Sunday. So to score, just remember the University of Florida bookstore inside the Rights Union on campus, and go Gators!
There are plenty of realtors in town, but few work as hard, respond as quickly, or care as deeply as Doreen Wiebe of Caldwell Banker MM Parrish. Community-driven and client-focused, Doreen will work with you to ensure your satisfaction. Whether you're buying or selling, she brings persistence, preparation, and heart to every deal. With Doreen, you're not just another transaction. You're a priority. Call 352-562-1411. That's 352-562-1411.
Hey Gators, are you ready to rep your team in style? Head over to Alma Mater, the ultimate Florida Gator store right here in Gainesville, where you'll find everything you need to show off your Gator pride. From one-of-a-kind Gator tees and hats to NIL gear, we've got the perfect Gator swag for every fan. Whether you're gearing up for game day or just want to add some orange and blue to your wardrobe, we've got you covered. Everything designed and produced right here in the swamp. Visit us today at Alma Mater on the corner of 34th and University or almamaterdesign.com. Go Gators!
The Gator Attack Club is the official booster club of Florida volleyball. Would you like to learn more about the game? Meet the players and coaches to get the inside scoop? Join the Gator Attack Club. Once you join, you'll be invited to pre-match chalk talks featuring head coach Ryan Theis and his assistant coaches, post-match socials, end-of-the-season gatherings, lunches at the spring tournaments, and so much more. The Gator Attack Club is one of the largest booster clubs in women's collegiate volleyball. So what are you waiting for? Join now. For more information, visit GatorAttackClub.org.
It's no fun being injured. The last thing you want to deal with is long wait times or high costs. Well, guess what? You don't have to, thanks to Titan MRI and Imaging. The experience at Titan MRI and Imaging is much more personal than the sterile atmosphere of a hospital. Joe and his team are personally involved and will guide you through the entire process at any of their 3 convenient locations. And they accept insurance. So if you need a scan, save time and money, and call Titan MRI and Imaging. Learn more at TitanMRI.com.
It's the Ryan Theis Show, right here on WRUF.
Florida volleyball fans, do you want to get closer to the action and support your favorite student athletes? Then it's time to join the Gator Attack Club, the official booster club for the Florida volleyball program. Your membership gets you exclusive access to events like Meet the Team, socials, pre-match coaches' corners, and post-match receptions. To join the fun, visit us at GatorAttackClub.org. The Gator Attack Club, ready to cheer the Gators on to victory.
Very well done, sir.
That's my first one.
And always read it with a smile on your face.
I'm working on it.
That helps. That helps. Get the positivity as this Florida Gator team 5-2 on the season and heading to kind of a homecoming for you back to your home state of Wisconsin this coming weekend. Marquette, your last stop in your coaching journey on Friday. And then Wisconsin, and it's at the Kohl Center, so it's going to be in the big house on Sunday. That should be a lot of fun. Going home, seeing a lot of family and friends, having you return to your home state, and hopefully getting 2 W's.
Yeah, so set up before I got here was this trip with Mary and home and home. Mm-hmm. So Marquette and Wisconsin will travel back between the 26 and 27 seasons. I was excited to do it. We had a recruit at Marquette from the Jacksonville area, so it was a bit of a home and home, and certainly a good RBI situation for all teams. And I'm excited to go back. I would assume there will be plenty of booze. You know, in Milwaukee, I spent 11 years at Marquette, 4 years as an undergrad at UW-Milwaukee, so 15 years in Milwaukee and 18 years before I went to college in Madison. And so a huge chunk of my life in those 2 cities. They mean a lot to me. And, I hope we go there and perform well and show our stuff.
Maybe in the match at Marquette, they can have you ride in on a Harley.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be pulling out any red carpets for me. I think it'd be more like newspaper turned and backs and booze, depending on who's there. So we'll see what their student population is like.
Speaking about returning home and also performing well, the number 1 team in the nation, Danny Busboom Kelly, goes home, and they're number 1 and undefeated.
Yeah,
at Nebraska.
No surprise there. With that process and move, I think that was in the volleyball world, what many of us expected would happen when John was ready to step down and retire. And so some of those things happen naturally and easy.
And there's a big one tonight, and we'll get to that later with some of the matches to watch. But they are at Creighton tonight, and that's always a wonderful atmosphere when those 2 teams connect.
Yeah, I think they're playing at their convention center, which I believe their hope and goal is to break the Marquette, Wisconsin record from a year early. I mean, it's just going to go back and forth with, hey, we'll put 150 more fans in standing room only and say we break the record. And that's great. That's
or
part
let's
of
just play at the football stadium and get 90,000.
Yeah. I mean, all those things, if they help our sport, we're all for it.
And would you ever consider playing at Florida Field, at Ben Hill Griffin Stadium? Outdoor match.
Let's fill it.
Okay.
Let's do it. Let's
we'll get
play.
Freddie Weeby jamming on that.
Let's go Florida State, Florida in the stadium. I'm all for it.
That would be a great thing. We are up to our next sponsor for an award of the week to award one of the Florida Gators for their performance this past week. It's the Sub of the Week. The Sub of the Week is brought to you by Miapa Latin Cafe, serving the best Cuban food north of Miami. Now with, count this, 6 locations in Alachua County and their new drive-through location in Alachua, the city of Alachua, right there off 441. Visit Miapa Latin Cafe today. Who is your Sub of the Week?
Well, I had a coffee from Miapa.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, on the way here, just to
make sure you were
promote
awake.
those guys a little more. Yeah.
Okay, good.
But
you can hold up the cup too. Show them that you are promoting.
I'm not used to this TV and
Yeah.
But Sub of the Week, really cool. Just story. Bella Lee. Serve subbed a little bit throughout the match, and we in game 4 we blew a lead against Baylor, and that can really set a young team back. It can cause some doubt and how well do we come in, and I think we went down 3-1 in the 5th, and I think we got to 3-2 and we subbed Bella into serve, and I think she had back-to-back aces, or at least a point, almost an ace, and then an ace. And I think that made it 4-3, and we went on to roll from there. And so for that, after the match, we huddled up. We had an autograph session, so I had to be very brief, but I grabbed him and I just said, hey, total team effort, right? So many players contributing and doing a phenomenal job. But, Bella had missed a serve earlier, and we stuck with her as a serve sub because we believe in her. And then she came in and got us 2 huge points to give us momentum in the 5th.
That's one of the things that you have talked about here in the early going of this season. Gators at 5-2, 7 matches in, that you want to be more consistent and put more pressure on the other team with your serve. And I think we've seen that evolve. I was just looking at some of the numbers because I've been watching it, with my eyeballs that Bella and also Vogel has really served it well.
Taylor Parks has come in and served some really good balls. Jayla had one match. I don't even remember where all of a sudden she busted out like 3 aces.
She seems to be maybe a streaky server. When she's on a
Little
roll,
bit.
you don't want to have that bullet coming right at you.
Little hot cold. In fact, the next time you see her, talk to her about that.
Okay. I don't know if it'll mean anything coming
yeah,
from me.
Yeah, well, maybe it will.
The radio TV guy.
Yeah. But no, absolutely. I mean, I thought we've had 2 really bad serving matches and we're 5-2. Now, to say if we served better, we would be 7-0, I don't think that's realistic either. But I think there's a correlation.
The Ace of the Week, perfect segue, is brought to you by Quality Plumbing. When you need a quality plumber, rely on the same company that Gainesville has trusted for over 40 years. Quality Plumbing, their name says it all.
I think at the end of the 3rd set against Baylor, there was some sloppy stuff going on. They had a setter get hurt, created a little bit of chaos. And I think that set ended with a 26-25 Kira Hudson ace to win it. 27-25.
We talked about that before the lead up to the show.
Yeah,
outside that Kira had that ace.
I think that to go up 2-1 is got to be the ace of the week.
Okay,
or the serve of the week.
Kira Hudson, the service ace of the week, as the Gators again winning on Sunday, and this weekend they will go to the state of Wisconsin, Ryan's home state, as they play Friday night at Marquette and Sunday afternoon in the Big House at the Cole Center in Madison, Wisconsin. So that should be quite the homecoming for you and quite the challenges for this young Florida team.
Yeah, that Marquette atmosphere is pretty impressive. Over the last 11 years, we've won a lot of home games there with the band and the crowd rocking. It's just on top of you, and there's not a lot of SEC venues that have that. The Cole Center. Total opposite, massive arena, 17,000 will be there. Yeah. So just 2 totally different environments. So to get 2 on that trip would be unbelievable and extremely challenging for many reasons.
There's a saying in broadcasting and in life in general, there's nothing new. It's either borrowed or stolen. What did you have from your Florida experience? Because Gators have always been known here from the marketing and promotions aspect to promote volleyball in a way that a lot of other universities don't. You show up and it is what it is when you show up in the gymnasium. And you just mentioned the atmosphere at Marquette. Did you take anything from your time here as 2 years as an assistant coach and also, of course, being married to a Florida All-American that, hey, this might be something we can translate to use to make our volleyball atmosphere in your 2 previous stops?
Yeah, I actually failed miserably at a couple of those.
Really?
One of the ones I loved at basketball was like there'd be an out-of-bounds play, and somebody, I don't think it was Jeff, Florida basketball, and everybody would go, fantastic.
That was me.
That was you, I thought. Okay, I didn't want to give you too much credit in advance.
Don't pump up my ego
But anytime I hear that reference, I would always go, fantastic, and nobody listened. And then I went, and then I really the Gator Chomp thing is, that's not.
It's pretty good.
You can't mimic that.
No.
Ohio Bobcats or, but that part I've tried to bring back and just really, our campers are 2,000-3,000 campers that come every summer. I'm trying to get the Gator Chomp that they'll see me in the grocery store. They'll see me walking down the street and go, Coach Ryan, 2 chomps, and we'll chomp it out right there. And
nice.
And I want everybody in the state of Florida to do that. And I wasn't able to create that type of mimic in any other environment, but now that I'm back, I'm trying to take full advantage of it.
You should. I know one thing because it was before you got here. I had concluded my time doing the PA work, and Jeff took over at home matches. And we would always go Point, Florida, and the crowd would yell Gators. Now, I have the headsets on now doing radio, probably so loud that's why I can't hear normally when my wife asks me to do something. But and when I'm on TV too, we don't hear if that's the cadence or the what Jeff does.
Me neither.
You're involved in the match.
Yeah, my father-in-law told me last night that doesn't happen anymore.
Oh boy!
And that he was going to contact marketing and Jeff Cardoza because he thought that got fans into it. I'll have to do some research and background checking on that.
Right.
I've had 2 home matches.
That's it.
Here.
Well, in the exhibition, but
and so to say that I've dove into how our fans and marketing are acting would be a stretch.
Was this heavy road schedule to start good for a young team to bond?
Sure. I mean, you had no choice, right? So you can make the most of it.
Us against the world. Let's go do it.
Yep. Some road wins. Let's go compete. And travel time. I mean, other than the biggest thing I would say in doing this 25 years is you're not getting your best performance. You're just not after multiple flights and multiple days on the road. You're not getting your peak performance, but you are getting, a sense of teamwork and doing it together in your bubble. And your bubble's really important. We call our bubble about 30 people between coaches, players, support staff, our travel party that goes and works all the time on volleyball. That bubble needs to know how to behave, how to act, how to treat each other. And so time in that bubble is important, and we've had plenty.
Yeah, to quote a movie reference, the circle of trust.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
Right? Okay.
Yep.
We'll take a break again here. We'll be back with more of the Ryan Theis Show after this brief timeout.
You're home for Thursday Night Football all season long, right here on WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2.
The Gator Attack Club is the official booster club of Florida Volleyball. Would you like to learn more about the game? Meet the players and coaches to get the inside scoop? Join the Gator Attack Club. Once you join, you'll be invited to pre-match chalk talks featuring head coach Ryan Theis and his assistant coaches, post-match socials, end of the season gatherings, lunches at the spring tournaments, and so much more. The Gator Attack Club is one of the largest booster clubs in women's collegiate volleyball. So what are you waiting for? Join now. For more information, visit GatorAttackClub.org.
The most important thing I learned from my father was work ethic and integrity. Never veer away from integrity, even if it costs you money.
International Diamond Center owner Keith LeClaire.
The core value for IDC is to protect the customer.
That means offering the largest selection, uncompromising quality, the strongest warranties, and honest guidance from experts who are not paid on commission. International Diamond Center at Celebration Point. Online, shopidc.com.
For over 2 decades, Miapa has been a staple in Alachua County. Start your day right at Miapa, where fast and affordable authentic cuisine awaits.
We're known for serving the best Cuban coffee.
Our secret is in every sip and every bite, bringing the flavor of our culture straight to your palate. Everyone is welcome at Miapa Latin Cafe. Visit us at one of our locations and let us take you on a journey full of flavor. Miapa Latin Cafe, where every bite is a taste of tradition.
You might know that State Farm agent Wruf has great service. He's your good neighbor after all, but did you know that State Farm has surprisingly good rates too? Yep, that's right. Along with good neighbor service, State Farm agent Wruf has surprisingly great rates for everyone in Gainesville and North Central Florida. So call State Farm agent Wruf at 352-240-1779 for your surprisingly great rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
90 years ago, 9 University of Florida faculty members started something big, Campus USA Credit Union, the first credit union on a U.S. college campus. Today, Campus USA is 160,000 members strong, proudly serving the community with auto loans, business loans, mortgages, and more. Whether you're just starting out or building your future, Campus is here to help you every step of the way. Stop by any campus location or join the team at campuscu.com. Campus USA Credit Union, celebrating 90 years of better banking.
When the unexpected happens, you need a legal team that's ready to fight for you, just like the Florida Gators. At Meldon Law, we're proud to partner with the Florida Gators to deliver winning results for those who have been injured at no fault of their own. With a strong record of success and a team that won't back down, Meldon Law is your trusted partner in tough times. Call Meldon Law at 352-373-8000 or visit us at meldonlaw.com.
The Ryan Theis Show continues here on WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and anywhere in the world on the WRUF mobile app.
Don't settle for a knockoff diamond when you can get the best diamonds at the best price. International Diamond Center, located in Celebration Point. For quality, selection, and value, International Diamond Center, the official jeweler of the Florida Gators.
Well done, International Diamond Center. Thank you for sponsoring the Ryan Theis Show here on WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, powered by ESPN. If you'd like to be part of the program, we don't have any calls yet this evening. I thought we might have some from our great members of the Gator Attack Club, the official booster club of Florida Volleyball. Join us on the Meldon Law fan phone line. Meldon Law is the official accident law firm partner of the Florida Gators. Meldon Law, we won't back down. And neither will the Gators. 5-2 on the season with a trip to Wisconsin this weekend to take on Marquette on Friday night, and on Sunday at the Kohl Center taking on Wisconsin. And the SEC has fared fairly well against out-of-conference opponents so far. What have been the top 4 SEC quality wins? It's brought to you by Alma Mater, the ultimate Florida Gator store right here in Gainesville, where you'll find everything you need to show off your Gator pride. They're on 34th and University behind the PDQ.
Top 4, I would say Texas over Wisconsin was pretty significant. Kentucky over Penn State was significant. Florida over Pitt, I would say, was significant.
Very significant.
Yeah, especially to me. And then Texas knocked off, who was it? Was it Stanford? They had one other one.
Texas had wins over Creighton, Wisconsin, as you mentioned, Stanford, and Louisville.
Yep, Texas, Louisville.
That's big.
Yep, that's big. Texas is doing a great job so far and really helping the SEC.
It doesn't hurt that they got Stafford from Pitt either.
Nope, never hurts to pick up an All-American.
Yeah, really doesn't. Our next is the Libero Play of the Week. The Libero Play of the Week is brought to you by University of Florida Bookstores. We don't sell diplomas, just everything you need to get one. UF Bookstores, your one-stop shop for all things Gators.
Yeah, Lily's been holding down the Libero jersey for us. It would be difficult to pick up one play that she's made. I guess I would say the biggest impact she's had. Who'd we play before North Carolina? Ohio State? Mm-hmm. Ohio State, we did not play extremely well.
But you went in a sweep.
We went in a sweep, and the first set was all Lily Hayes. She absolutely carried us in that set. I want to say 7-8 dig performance, multiple secondary sets, and probably pulled out an ace. It's the best I've seen her play.
How intense in your preseason preparations and practice was it for that libero spot? Because you have so many, as we've already alluded to during the early segment of the show, how many great DS liberos you have on this team.
Yeah, I don't know if I would say the intensity so much as just the uncertainty. I mean, they all, first of all, support each other and root for each other extremely well. It's really impressive. I've been a part of many programs where, there's almost this, well, I want to be liberos, so I've got to compete with you, and we've got to handle these things separately. But these 4 young ladies are unreal and have accepted any role that's been asked of them and done it extremely well.
Matches to watch, and I've got some highlighted here, but I want to hear yours. Matches to watch this coming week. Are you in the market to buy or sell your home? Well, Matches to Watch is sponsored by Doreen Wiebe, realtor with Coldwell Banker M.M. Parrish. Doreen Wiebe, a realtor with that firm, will provide you with a fast, friendly, and reliable service. Call her today at 352-562-1411 to help your dreams come true. 4 matches to watch, or more if you have some. I've got a couple highlighted here. I've already talked about the one tonight, Ryan, with Nebraska traveling to Creighton. You commented on that. But some other matches this week that really will catch the attention of the volleyball nation.
Well, if you count that as match 1, I'll call I'll call match 2 as Marquette, Wisconsin tomorrow night at Pfizer Forum. 17, 18,000 fans, I'm sure televised. And we play both of them. So I know I'll be watching that, and I know I'll be watching Florida Marquette, and I know I'll be watching Florida Wisconsin. So that gets us to 4 pretty quick. But go ahead and give us a couple other awards.
I think the battle for the state of Kentucky, as Louisville will host UK on Thursday at the Yum Center. That will be an amazing thing. And then the battle for the Keystone State, as Pitt has to travel to Penn State. That's tomorrow night.
Yep. No, a couple of great ones. In-state rivalries is huge. Again, same Wisconsin Marquette. It's a good week for that. And again, just thousands and millions of people viewing online is great for our sport.
Latest AVCA Top 25 poll came out yesterday on the 15th. They come out on Mondays. 6 teams from the SEC in the top 25. You've got Texas at 2, Kentucky at 6, Texas A&M at 14, Florida right behind at 15, Missouri at 22, and after receiving votes last week, Tennessee nudges into the top 25.
Yeah, I think I think that arguably the best conference in the country, and I said this SEC tournament is going to be insane. And I think one of the biggest comments that I think will hold true is you could lose to a team in the semifinal of the SEC championship and play that team again in the Final Four. So it's a great league, and it's going to be competitive.
I know back in 2005 when the coaches actually voted it to eliminate it, the tournament, they wanted to just have a fuller regular season. Where do you stand on that versus more regular season matches and getting to the end of the year with the regular season champion getting the automatic NCAA berth? Or do you like the, hey, winner take all, gets that automatic berth at the tournament, and then, of course, the regular season champ probably is in line too?
I think those would be, that way of viewing it would be a bit outdated.
Okay.
I think because we're such a strong conference, I think this is a week where there's not a lot of collegiate sports on TV for 4 or 5 days, and our conference can absolutely dominate the TV sports viewing, and we'll have millions of eyes on it in that window. I mean, there's no college football in that window, very limited college basketball in that window. That starts on the weekend. So I think it will be the most watched college sporting event other than maybe, SEC football there is. So I think that's why it exists, and I think every conference at least the Power 4 conferences are going to jump on and try and follow that because this is going to be huge.
And the old model was to rotate it between hosting schools.
Yep,
do you like it now at a different spot?
Yeah, I mean we're trying to put tens of thousands of fans in a building and make this a nationwide spectacle.
Okay, we want a nationwide spectacle. It hasn't been around for 20 years, and now it's back. The SEC volleyball tournament coming up in November. When we take a look at your squad from preseason to where you are now, 7 matches in, who has made the biggest leap from your preseason practices into now performing on the court? What player?
That's
and you can have several.
Yeah, I mean, Anaya Madkin from Europe training to now is producing a whole lot of points for us. And we saw that at one point in spring, and then it went away. She was recovering from shoulder things. And, her sheer velocity and ability to point score has been significant in our success over the last 2 weeks. I'll give it to Anaya.
Okay, Anaya, in terms of improvement, and she's really made the most of her extended playing time of the last few matches.
Yeah, it's been incredibly helpful.
352-392-8255 if you want to try to jam a call in late. And also, remember, we're on WRUF Home of the Gators on YouTube, and we only had one person chime in that way. So spread the word. You can call into the show, questions for Ryan, as well as if you're watching somewhere on YouTube, streaming it live, you can type in your questions in the comments section, and Ryan will answer those questions for you. This weekend, Marquette, Wisconsin, 2 road, tough matches. What does Florida have to accomplish to come out of the weekend 2-0?
Yeah, this is an absolutely silly and useless thing, but we say pack our serving pants. Right? You got to pack your serving pants because we're going to have to serve well on the road to beat these guys. And we're watching different things through their passing patterns and things. And if we can serve it well, we got a chance to win. If we can serve it like we did Baylor, 10 aces, 10 errors versus North Carolina, 1 ace, 10 errors.
And that was Melitza, if I remember right. She had the only ace.
And probably like 3 attempts. So, yeah, a huge difference.
Okay, well, it should be an exciting weekend. Your return to your home state as the Gators take on Marquette on Friday night and Wisconsin on Sunday. That's going to wrap it up for us here. Our thanks to our producer, Freddie Wiebe, here at WRUF, also to Kevin Winter, and our engineer for the broadcast tonight, with all the dials and knobs making sure we sound good. That would be the wonderfully talented AJ. Thank you, AJ. For Ryan Theis, I'm Tom Collette saying good night for our show tonight. We'll see you back here again next week.
Thank you.
Your home for Sunday Night Football all season long. WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2.
It's no fun being injured. The last thing you want to deal with is long wait times or high costs. Well, guess what? You don't have to, thanks to Titan MRI and Imaging. The experience at Titan MRI and Imaging is much more personal than the sterile atmosphere of a hospital. Joe and his team are personally involved and will guide you through the entire process at any of their 3 convenient locations. And they accept insurance. So if you need a scan, save time and money, and call Titan MRI and Imaging. Learn more at TitanMRI.com.
Gear up to root on the Gators at the University of Florida bookstore at the Wrights Union. The UF bookstore will be open from 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. for all the orange and blue gear you need. There's a large selection of clearance items throughout the clothing department, with many items up to 50% off original price. This is a great time to expand your Gator wardrobe and save some money too. So as you look to root on the Gators, debut some new orange and blue gear at the UF bookstore, open noon to 5 on Sunday. So to score, just remember the University of Florida bookstore inside the Wrights Union on campus, and go Gators!
Hey Gators, are you ready to rep your team in style? Head over to Alma Mater, the ultimate Florida Gator store right here in Gainesville, where you'll find everything you need to show off your Gator pride. From one-of-a-kind Gator tees and hats to NIL gear, we've got the perfect Gator swag for every fan. Whether you're gearing up for game day or just want to add some orange and blue to your wardrobe, we've got you covered. Everything designed and produced right here in the swamp. Visit us today at Alma Mater on the corner of 34th and University or almamaterdesign.com. Go Gators!
There are plenty of realtors in town, but few work as hard, respond as quickly, or care as deeply as Doreen Wiebe of Coldwell Banker Parish. Community-driven and client-focused, Doreen will work with you to ensure your satisfaction. Whether